to be part of the solution. Here's 3rd and 6. Lamar under pressure. Crosby nearly got him. Jackson will throw. Back of the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. Hollywood hits Las Vegas.
I watched the Raiders in practice on Saturday. They did exactly this with Marcus Mariota. They had him run around, extend the play, and they wanted to plaster on receivers downfield. They practiced this all week, but you cannot prepare for Lamar Jackson.
I wanted to speak about the Lamar Jackson issue with this young man getting his money. What I want to say is that the NFL may have his issues in the past with what I believe is racial issues. But I believe that this particular situation isn't that, right? Now, if you look at the market, the quarterback market specifically in the NFL right now, you have your top tier quarterbacks. You're talking about your Aaron Rodgers. You see your Patrick Mahomes, your Tom Brady's, your Russell Wilsons. What's the guy from the Buffalo Bills? Slipped my mind. Dang, what's his name? I'm sorry, I can't remember it. Let's see, what is his name? Buffalo Bills. QB. Josh Allen. That's his name. Bam. Yeah. So, these are top tier quarterbacks in the NFL, right? And these top tier quarterbacks make a lot of earned money. And these guys, well, most of those guys that I stated have won, MVPs. Some of them won Super Bowls. And in my opinion, that Lamar Jackson, at a young age, his skill set is, if not equal caliber, just as great as theirs. If you just look at that market class in the NFL, this man should be in question of earning potential, should be just at a certain level as theirs, if not greater, just because of his age and how long that he has the potential to play the game, right? So if you just look at the situation from that standpoint, okay, you can put him up there with those players in that sense of availability and in value, right? I seen Deshaun Watson, the Browns gave him $230 million in a contract. Now, I don't know how much of that contract is exactly guaranteed, right? But I do say that for a quarterback of his caliber, to receive a $230 million contract, who has, now I do say this, he does have potential to be very good, but he hasn't proven anything to receive that type of earning, in my opinion. Now, Lamar Jackson, on the other hand, he is an MVP quarterback in the NFL who has proven not only to be valuable on the field, but also off the field, because his peers respect him in a sense. I don't care. I don't care about how well, um, or how good you think you really are. Um, your linemen, your receivers, your running back, your team is not going to play for you if you're not producing on the field, right? So this man believes that he should have a contract, if not um, just as good as Deshaun Watson, but if better. And I believe so. Like I said, he's a MVP, proven MVP, and he has taken his team to the playoffs consecutively. I want to say like 3 years straight. So, um, and I titled this topic, misunderstood Lamar Jackson, because it's not only the market value that's in the NFL at this moment as we see it. It's also, you know, it's also, you have to look at his humble beginnings. You know, growing up in I think it was Panama Beach, Florida. Um, you could tell that, brothers that grow up, in the hood, you know, we come from environments that don't compare, you know, to middle class or upper class environments, to where we don't have much. Um, and then on those roads, we tend to lose people, and lose and have. I'm not gonna say lose perception of the world. Our perception of the world is kind of tainted. It's not clear. It's not precise. We have a lot of turbulence growing up with, you know, with easily being vulnerable to situations that we don't have control over. We're just in that environment, so we have to maneuver a certain type of way to even get half that we should be enjoying, or being able to um, have as just young adults, young children. So I had read that allegedly that this man's father and grandmother died on the same day. Right there, that shows you. And I think this was like back in 2005. This had happened to this young brother. You lose your father and your grandmother on the same day. I know that can be very disheartening, and for a lot of people, that would probably cause them some type of mental breakdown, um, depression, stagnation in their life, to where you know you're dealing with all kind of mental illnesses now. Um, but for this man to overcome that and be able to, be a success in college and break all kind of passing and rushing accomplishments and records, is just, man, it's just outstanding, you know. So for him to come off to where I don't want to take the bottom of the glass, I'm not going to settle for this. I've not only produced um, produced more than what I was probably expected to do. You know, I've done more. I brought, revenue to this team, to this program. You know, I brought attention. I basically carried on, um, how you say, the legacy or the future of this team after the fact of Joe Flacco. You know, I continued this. Um, so yeah. So for him to have to, wrestle with this whole contract issue with the Ravens, I feel like is disappointing. I can understand that they're not wanting to pour everything into his contract to deflate the team, but you have to understand, they have to understand that this type of player is an anomaly. You're not going to get another Lamar Jackson. Joe Flacco was good, but he was average at best. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. He was not a Tom Brady. He was not a Aaron Rodgers. He was not a Ben. He's not a Ben Roethlisberger. He was not a Donovan McNabb to me. He was none of that. Um, so this young man has a potential to even be greater than, I believe to be greater than a Ben Roethlisberger, to be greater than Aaron Rodgers, to be greater than a Peyton Manning. Um, if he is given the initiative or the respect, by his team, that they believe in him, you know. Um, so I believe that these these meetings, these um, miscommunications by the organization and Lamar Jackson, it's an all misunderstanding, and I hope they figure it out. I hope they get this brother locked into a decent contract and not continue to throw this bullshit franchise tag on him, and give this man his money and his just due, so he can continue to progress, and you can continue to build around him slowly but surely, because you cannot win a Super Bowl without a decent and probably a A1 quarterback. And the Ravens know that. The Ravens know that. And they definitely can't beat the Steelers without a decent quarterback. And they know that too. Because we didn't have their number for years and years and years. And they know it. When it's time to win, we normally get in that ass. And by right, Roethlisberger had to win 2 Super Bowls, and he had to go through the Ravens, and he went through them numerous times. So, yeah. So just give this man his money, and understand that this man comes from humble beginnings. Like, he comes from impoverished in an impoverished environment. I'm not saying I know his ins and outs, but brothers like this, they are a dime a dozen that make it out, that have a chip on their shoulder, that want more, you know. And he wants a legacy. He wants security, you know, to know that if I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna put it all on the line, that you guys gonna bet it all on me. And I feel like that's considerably respectable, and that's a way to go about your business to where you feel protected and your family is protected and the organization that you're doing business with understands that. So, peace to the gods. Thank y'all all for listening. This has been another episode of Kenny G Show. I'm out.